Good morning from Brasov. I'm here in central Romania in Transylvania, and I'm about to attempt to independently take a local minibus to Dracula's castle. Now, of course, we all know Dracula, well, most of us know Dracula didn't actually exist, but let's go and unravel some of the myth, some of the imagination, and some of the history that made that story so scary and so popular. I have no idea where I am. As usual in Romania, there's no one here. There's supposed to be a bus departing every now and then, but I see one here to some town. I see a bus here. This might be the one. Yeah, I think this is it. Let's go and have a look. And I'm not sure if the bus actually stops at the castle or in the little village of Bran, but we'll see. Let's see what he says. It says a levy, but I have no idea where a levy is. Boss. Bran Castle? Bran? Which one is Bran? No one. You wait. Here? Do you know what time? Just right here? Okay. Thank you. Alright, as you heard it, just wait here. He's not going to Bran. It's desolate, isn't it, guys? It's dark, it's gloomy, it's cold, it's freezing. It's actually 0 degrees. I'm really cold, and it possibly could snow today. There's 35% chance of snow, it says. Okay, it looks like here we can get some tickets maybe. So let's go and ask and see if we can get a ticket. So obviously you can take a taxi direct to the castle, but that's going to cost you around 100 Australian or 80 US each way. And you can also get on a tour. But then of course you're with a group of people and you're going to go to several stops. And I'm not really interested in that. I don't have long here. So I'd prefer just to go to the castle and be done. So let's see what there is here. I got no idea of the destinations, and the window is just open now.
Sorry, just a question. To Bran, do I need to get a ticket right here?
In the bus.
Right in the bus?
Yes.
With card, is it possible?
With the card, you want my card?
Yes.
Here.
Oh, okay. Can I get 2, please? Yes.
Oh, me too.
And can I get back and forth or just...
No, only to go. When you come back, buy from the driver, only cash. But you have an ATM in now.
Great. Oh, all right, thank you.
And the next question, does the bus drop us at the castle or in the town?
No, in the town, but the castle is like 400 or 500 meters away. So
okay.
it's not that far.
Where are you from?
Argentina.
Hi, nice to meet you. So these guys here are doing the exact same thing I'm doing, getting to Bran Castle independently, because otherwise it costs a fortune. I got my ticket, cost 13 lei, so that works out to be about 5 Australian dollars, something like that. So yeah, saves a lot of money. But the bad side is the bus isn't coming for another 40 minutes, so, and it's freezing. So I'm not quite sure where to hang out or where to go. Let's go back outside the gate here, or maybe in this patisserie, because unfortunately my shoes are still a little bit wet, so when my feet get cold, my toes start to get frostbite, so it's not good. Okay, we can't go inside there, so let's see if there's somewhere to get a coffee or sit indoors somewhere in the neighborhood. Well, there's a little table in there. to get away from the cold or the wind, but that's about it. A lot of the confusion regarding the story of Dracula revolves around the supposed bloodthirsty Dracula himself. Now the thing is, there was a bloodthirsty man and his name was Vlad Dracul. Dracul in the local dialect means dragon. So he was actually from the Order of Dragons, and he is better known in history as Vlad the Impaler, one of the nastiest men who's ever roamed the earth, and definitely very bloodthirsty. And because of his surname and his bloodthirstiness, Bram Stoker, who wrote the novel in 1897, took some literary license and incorporated elements of Vlad the Impaler's character and his name into the book, and that's how we got the character Dracula. So a little bit more about Vlad the Impaler, or Vlad Tepes as he's known here, or Vlad Dracul. He was a warlord. He pushed the Saxons out of Transylvania, and as a kind of warning to others, he impaled them and set them on spikes along the roads into and out of the town here of Brasov. What a bloke. Anyway, that was during the mid to late 1400s. The Ottomans came in and were starting to take some of the nearby lands, and they sent an envoy of a couple of guys to tell Vlad to cough up some money, pay some money for homage to Mehmet II. Well, Vlad wasn't impressed. The two envoys ended up on a stake like everyone else who he didn't like. Ottomans weren't impressed and they soon invaded. But going back to Bram Stoker, who wrote the book, now he'd never even been to Romania. He's never been here. He'd never visited. He's not from here. He was in London when he wrote his book in the late 1800s. And he mixed several elements. Now, how did it come to be known that this castle was Dracula's castle? Well, he saw a drawing of the castle and he thought, wow, that looks like a spooky castle, and indeed it does. However, it's actually believed that Slains Castle in Scotland is the true representation of Dracula's castle as perceived by Bram Stoker. Funnily enough, however, Vlad's actual castle is only about a 2-hour drive from here, and it's called Pionari Castle, and actually still exists, but is in a state of disrepair. Now, what a twisted tale this is. Let's go and find out more when we get there. Our bus has arrived. Now, I thought Bran, the little village of Bran, was the first or second stop, but by the looks of the information at the front of the bus, it's about the 5th or 6th stop, 4th stop. What have we got? We've got, so got 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th stop. So that's going to take a little bit longer than I was imagining. And I've seen a couple of sprinkles of rain, almost sleet. So there could be some snow before I get back. Here's hoping there's not though, because really I don't have the right shoes for this weather. I'm going to be in trouble. Anyway, we'll get on board and get this journey done.
House Dracul, son of the devil.
The Roman mystics prophesied the coming of a great evil.
În numele Tatălui și al Fiului și al Sfântului Duh.
Condemned to the darkness of that cave.
It's alive! It's alive!
There are monsters in this world. Creatures that will leave a shadow on your soul.
Well, that was a 45-minute bus ride, as I said, for about $5 Australian. Dropped us off right here in the village of Bran. You can see the castle there. The castle, which has absolutely nothing to do with Dracula, except that was a picture that Bram Stoker based the setting on. Otherwise, absolutely zero to do with Dracula. But all of this industry has popped up around the castle. So good fortune for the village of Bran. There's restaurants and cafes and whatnot. Let's cross the road and head up and get a ticket. Looks like it's quite a walk up the hill. They've had some snow. Those look warm, don't they? Cheeses. Some t-shirts. Here we've got a picture of Lad Tepes. And there's the Order of the Dragons. It's quite a nice shirt. We might have a look when we come back down. So you have to buy your ticket at a machine. Alright, let's do it. Buy your ticket. 70 lei. Okay, now what? Add to cart. Go to payment. Alright, let's find a card. Tap the card and here's our ticket. We're in. I'm here at the entrance behind me. That was 23 Australian dollars to get in. It's about 18, 17 US. And about to head on in. So who did live at Bran Castle? It was built and occupied by Saxons in 1377, who were supported by Hungary as it ruled much of Romania back then. However, in more recent times, Princess Marie of Edinburgh was married into the Romanian royal family with Prince Ferdinand, and later they lived at Bran Castle. Today it's a museum detailing their time there. Nothing to do with Dracula. I made it up here to the 4th floor, out here on one of the terraces, and it's snowing. Very lightly, but it is indeed snow. Just. Beautiful location, but oh my god, so cold. Coats of arms. Oh, look at this, Vlad the Tepes, Vlad the Impaler. That's what he wore. What a scary man. He was short in the legs, wasn't he? Long body, short in the legs by the looks of that. But it looks like this was actually a movie costume, not the real thing. And this here, chainmail. It was the movie costume of Messiah the Elder. That is, if you've actually seen the movie Count Dracula. I'm not sure if they're referring to the one with Tom Cruise, Bram Stoker, but I haven't seen any of them because I'm not a fan of horror movies. Yeah, that's right. Let's get out of here. Oh my god, guys, and here's probably the worst room of all. The torture chamber. Look at that chair. Holy hell. That would not be nice. And look at that. And I think that above it might be like an iron mask. They used to put rats in those and put them on your head. Can you imagine? They had some gruesome punishments back in the day, that's for sure. And of course chain you up on the wall there and do all kinds of stuff with you. Really awful. Really awful. Well guys, we missed the crowds just. They must be all on a tour, eh? That's why you don't want to come on a tour. That's why you want to do it independently. And look at this dog, for God's sakes. He wasn't there when I came up. It's just bacon in the sun. Are you okay, sweetie? You got a terrible red eye. You okay, darling? Don't lie there, it's too cold. Are you okay? Tamam, tamam. Sweetie? Poor thing. Terrible life for them. I really hate the way that animals are treated around the world. It's one of the worst things about traveling, is seeing all the cruelty and neglect. So it's pretty easy to do this trip independently. You don't need to join a tour. You don't need to pay a taxi. It will take an extra hour or so if you don't take a taxi, but you'll save a fortune. So all up, I think I spent about 10 each way to and from the old town to the Autogara number 2. Then I spent 13 each way on the bus to get out here to Bran, and then the entry ticket to the castle was 70. So all up, that's like what, 100 and 110, 120 lei. So you can't do it cheaper than that. And yeah, it's nice to see how Romanian people get around, because it's a local bus and you just got the local village folk getting on and off the bus using it. Something's happened. Yeah, you've just got the old local folk using it, getting from town to town to do their shopping. And yeah, no reason not to. Bus dropped us off over there, pick us up here and take us back, and thanks for watching everyone. We're Girls on the Loose. More from Eastern Europe coming soon.